Hey guys, what's up? It is not Saturday, but it is range day. It's the 28th, it's Friday. We got out a day early. And we tested some stuff, some really cool stuff. So let's get into it real quick. Alright, so a couple different things we tested were some optics. These are from Zulisi. This is the Otter. It's the RMSC footprint in conjunction with the PSA dagger, micro dagger magazines. Not the firearm. I don't know if they're ever going to release that, but the magazines. Magazines ran great. We ran flat points, so kind of a hybrid between a full metal jacket and a hollow point. Right? It's not hollow, but it is flat on the front. Ran great. Optic was interesting. They'll have a video on that. Same video, we're going to do both of the videos at the same time, is the Zulisi Oak. So this is their RMR footprint red dot. All right? And one thing I will say is I don't know if I just never noticed this before, because I don't shoot this particular gun very much at all, but it kind of, half of that whole test turned into a Glock versus SIG as far as reliability, because we were throwing these around. You might be able to tell they're kind of dirty. We were throwing them around in the sand. This sand is kind of coarse. Actually has kind of a good mix of coarse and fine. It boogered up the SIG. It rendered the SIG inoperable until I took it apart and cleaned it. So there you go. Win for the Glock as far as reliability goes. However, accuracy, this guy was accurate, dude. Like, wow. I have never shot a pistol that was that accurate. Just like, it was nuts. For me, it was nuts. Maybe for you professional people out there, you can do this every day. But anyway, it was interesting. Anyway, the main thing were the optics. So we did test those optics. That video should be out sometime, I don't know when. Two other really cool things we tested was this flow-through can from Replicator USA. I'm going to call Replicator USA. This is a 3D printed flow-through 9mm can. It's awesome. All right, I'm going to tell you that right now. It is awesome. You need to see the video. I'm going to try to get that one out as quick as I can. It's going to be on Patreon first, but I'm going to get that video as quick as I can because they were kind enough to send me this. I do get to keep it. And I do get to keep it already. So whether I say it's good or bad, it's not like they're going to take the can back. So I kind of like that. But yeah, this is my first experience with a 3D printed can and my first experience with a flow-through can. It makes a difference, and I'm very impressed. I'll say that. All right, so that's this guy, 9mm. So that was that guy. We also have this little feller. This cute little feller. This guy is unloaded, by the way. Can you tell what's on the end of there? They're just silly. They're just silly folks. This is the Fat Cat by YHM. They sent me this too. Interesting thing with it being a fat cat with a cat's butt on the end. But dude, we put this is a 5.56 can. Okay, so we only ran it on 5.56. I don't have any other 22 caliber variants like 224 or whatever. I don't remember what else there is. I don't have any of those other things. 5.45 by 39. I don't have that. 223 5.56. That's what we ran it on, and it was nice. It was surprisingly nice. We even shot it on a 7.5-inch AR. We shot it on this guy. This is a 10.5. We shot it on a 13.9. And we didn't really have mounts for the 20-inch. So for the sizes we shot it on, it was pretty dang nice. I'll be very honest with you. I was surprised. We did also do a quick little comparison between the Turbo K, the Turbo T3, and this guy, which is kind of, I don't know what, I mean, it's not really a turbo anything. It's a Fat Cat. So it's interesting. It's very interesting, very cool, interesting design. I like it. I like different. I like that. Something else that we kind of tested along the lines while we were testing everything else is these silly optics. I don't know why I put it down. The Silly Bear optics. This guy is the one that broke a while back ago when we did our 500 round burn down, and when the front glass came out. So this guy's working fine, I guess. The other one, because they sent us two of them, the other one's dead. The other one, basically, the internals came apart. So the thing that I've been saying all along about Sealy being like their internals keep trying even though the outside breaks, well, the internals on this one optic, and this is a one-off of all the other optics I've beaten up, this is the one that like the internals just came apart. Like the piece that holds the battery in, that is the connectivity point for the battery, it came apart. So that wasn't really a very good thing. That was on a pistol. So that reciprocation and everything whatever. I don't know. It's dead. However, the one that we broke and put back together, it's still running fine on a 5.56. So that was interesting. We tested that. I think that's mostly what we did today. We still have some holsters from Works that we need to take a look at. It's just running out of time. But we need to take a look at that. Some 1911 holsters. That's cool. This is something else. I'm just going to throw this out there. This bag, it's heavy. This is a fishing bag, right? And I do some work with these guys. I'm sure they're Chinese, but they're like Amazon stuff. Just stuff you would get on Amazon. This is supposed to be a fishing tackle bag. I don't use it for a fishing tackle bag. I did the video for them on their thing, whatever, that's fine. And I'm keeping this bag, right? I mean, they give me this stuff. And I'm actually using this for a suppressor bag, right? So what's cool about it, and if you're in the NFA game, whether you get from this company or another company, I don't care, but this is better than my old, I had a canvas, basically like a canvas collapsible tool bag that I used to keep everything in. And it was just a mess. It was a mess of a mess. This allows me to have my suppressors and stuff down on the bottom, right? And then since this is a fishing tackle backpack, right, it comes with these like tackle boxes, which are semi-translucent. So I don't use these for tackle, any stuff, whatever. I use these, it came with I think 4 of them, and I keep one for pistol stuff, one for rifle stuff, and one for tri-lugs. And then I have the other pockets and stuff I keep tools in. This is not an advertisement for them. I don't care who they are. I'm not even going to say their name. But if you are in the suppressor NFA game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you get more than a handful of suppressors, or even if you have a handful, but those suppressors can be bounced around between tri-lug and pistols and rifles and QD and direct threads and all that stuff, you get accessories, and over time you got to do something with them. I used to keep all those things, like I said, in a big canvas bag, but the accessories I keep in those little it's like the gun world version of a Crown Royal bag, right? If you're ever in law enforcement, you see a Crown Royal bag, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That stuff's always got crap in it. Always. Pretty much always. They're everywhere. It's nuts. But I used to have the not Freedom Mission, We the People holsters. We the People holsters. Sorry, I knew I was brain fart. We the People holsters sends their holsters out, and I've done a lot of work with them before, and every time I get a holster, they have these little cloth bags that their holsters come in. A lot of holster companies do that. And that's why that's like the gun world version of the Crown Royal bag, right? Because there's tons of them. I have tons of those bags, and I would just mark them with a gray Sharpie and keep my stuff in it, but you can't see it. These things, thankfully, they're translucent. You can see through it. So again, not an advertisement for these people. I don't even care about the brand. I don't care at all. I don't have any affiliate stuff. I do not care. But if you're in the NFA game and you want a way to organize your stuff, maybe look into something like a fishing tackle bag, because you can keep your stuff all put together in one big bag and not have to tote around a bunch of different bags and not be able to find your stuff anyway. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. One other thing, I will say this, and I haven't said this in a long time. I don't know if I've ever really talked about it. These are the targets that I shoot, okay? And good companies deserve recognition, all right? This is Kempter Customs. He's back in Alabama. He's another 9-fingered guy. But he makes knives, he makes hitch plate covers. I got a hitch plate cover on my truck from him. But he also makes steel, or at least he made steel targets. At least he made them. I don't know if he still does now, but look them up. He is a good guy. I've come to realize that, you know, smaller companies like him and smaller companies like me, we rely on word of mouth. And even if you're not just in the Alabama area, right? He ships these things, or at least he did whenever he made them. I haven't looked it up, and I don't have a reception right now to check. But if you're in the market for steel targets, he makes very high-quality steel targets. I've shot these things for years, and they barely show any sign of anything. The only thing that is damaged, really, on the target itself are the bolts. They're not hardened steel necessarily, or maybe they're hardened steel, I don't know. But when you buy them, you get a bag full of these things, because you'll bust them off. I busted this one off today, and it's easy enough to pop out the old one, put in the new one. That's just that's the consumable part. Also, if you miss the target and you hit like back here, I've put some holes through the different mounts, but it's not stopped it from working at all. The steel itself, I've shot it super close. I've shot it with everything that I have, 30 cal, 9mm. Haven't shot it with my muzzle loader. I need to shoot it with my muzzle loader. But either way, they hold up. So I just feel like good companies deserve some recognition. Go check them out. Kempter Customs. All right. So anyway, that's it. I hope you guys found that interesting and helpful. If you got any questions about anything that you saw over here, let me know. Also, if you want to see early releases of the videos that we talked about, the reviews and stuff, go over to Patreon, right? Those guys get to see everything, so I don't fall over and break my leg. Those guys get to see everything first, and I really appreciate them. They really help the channel. That's a way to monetarily help. We also have merch. That should be down below if you want to check out some of the merch and stuff that we have. There you go. That's it. I'm not going to talk about that stuff anymore right now, or at least not in this video. Y'all be good to be safe. Appreciate you guys watching and subscribing and everything. Hopefully we'll catch you in the next video. See ya. All right, so you didn't see that.